I'm Terry Shigg, San Diego sector, local 1613. This was what they started with. This was the first idea of putting some type of barrier up to just control the flow. This was back in the 90s.
In the shadow of the wall is another dark reality of being an agent here. It's something Terry has single-handedly made his mission to bring to light.
We're a little ways away from the border, so why did you want to bring us here?
Well, I wanted to bring you here just to kind of accentuate an issue that we have within law enforcement, especially with Border Patrol agents. This particular location was the location where one of our agents did take his own life.
Border Patrol agents have the highest suicide rate of any law enforcement official. Today, it's nearly double the national average, 20 in 100,000. It's a statistic that fellow agent Chris Harris knows all too well.
Bobby had been injured in the line of duty, as I had. We both were suffering a lot of pain, and I've tended to see this now with agents who have been traumatic injuries, and when you have that constant pain that you think might last forever. So Bobby went to work one day, was working midnight shift, drove to work in his uniform, then drove his personal vehicle down here, parked it, and shot and killed himself.
Bobby's death in 2010, along with two more back-to-back in Terry's sector, struck a nerve. Terry looked for support and training within the agency, but he couldn't find a dedicated resource beyond training at the academy level and a yearly refresher. As a licensed therapist, and with the support of the Border Patrol Union, he created his own.
In the presentation, I discussed the fact that I went through a divorce, my father died, and I didn't really tell anybody about it. I just kind of dealt with it on my own. It took me going through counseling to go, okay, this is how you deal with it in a healthy way.
So how many times have you given this presentation?
50, 60 times.
It sounds like a lot, but is that enough?
No, it's nowhere near enough in my mind.
This issue has made its way to the agency. Customs and Border Protection recently created the National Resiliency Task Force, which, quote, addresses issues critical to the workforce to include suicide prevention.
If every agent in Border Patrol had access to this training, do you think that it would help save lives?
Yes, I do. The best response that I get is the phone call from somebody that I've never met before that said, hey, my friend told me that I should call you, I'm having a tough time. That's the most rewarding part for me.